All right, let's talk about building muscle. If you've ever felt totally lost in the endless sea of fitness advice, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're cutting through all that noise and building a simple, no-fluff checklist that, frankly, guarantees you'll build muscle if you just follow the steps. So let's dive right in.
So, does this look a little familiar? You decide, okay, I'm gonna get serious about building muscle. You hop online, and bam, you are suddenly drowning in a sea of conflicting information. It is such a common feeling, and it almost always leads to the exact same problem. And that problem? Well, it actually has a name: analysis paralysis. You get so caught up overthinking every single tiny detail that you just never start. Or you get so frustrated, you give up. This whole guide is designed to break that cycle for good.
Okay, so let's start with the first and most obvious pillar, your training blueprint. This is all about what you should actually be doing in the gym, and the core principle behind it all is way simpler than you might think. If you only take one thing away from this section, please make it this: progressive overload. This one single principle is the fundamental difference between the person who looks the same year after year and the person who actually makes visible, undeniable progress. See, your muscles need a reason to grow, and progressive overload is how you give them that reason. So how do you actually do this? Well, it's a super simple three-step loop. First, you have to track your workouts. You can't improve what you don't measure. Second, your only goal for your next workout is to beat your last one, even if it's just by one more rep or the tiniest little bit of weight. And third, you just repeat this process over and over. That's it. This consistent, measurable effort, that's the real secret sauce right there. Now, to make sure you're developing a muscle completely, you've got to hit it from a few different angles. Let's take chest, for example. A complete chest workout isn't just about the flat bench press. You need a horizontal press like that, sure, but also an incline press to target the upper chest, and then an isolation move like a fly to really round things out. And this same idea applies to every single muscle group.
Okay, so how often should you actually train each muscle? Well, think about it this way. If you train your chest on a Monday, it's probably fully recovered by Wednesday, maybe Thursday. If you wait all the way until the next Monday to train it again, you've just wasted a huge opportunity to stimulate more growth. That's exactly why hitting each muscle group about twice a week is the real sweet spot for maximizing your results.
This quote really just gets to the heart of intensity. Look, just showing up at the gym is not enough. If your mind is on video games or what you're going to eat for dinner, you are not generating the focus needed to actually stimulate growth. You have to be present, you have to be intentional with every single rep. And all of this leads to one super simple conclusion. You need a plan. Walking into the gym and just doing whatever feels right that day will only ever get you random results. A consistent, structured plan is the glue that holds progressive overload, movement patterns, and intensity together to create real, tangible progress. Great. You've got your training totally dialed in. But you can't build a house without bricks. So now we're going to shift our focus from the gym to the kitchen and simplify nutrition down to its most critical parts. For just a moment, forget about all the complicated diet rules you've ever heard. If you want to build muscle, this is your #1 priority. Just aim to eat roughly 1 gram of protein for every pound of your target body weight, every single day. It really is that simple. But of course, quality matters. You want to make sure you're getting that protein from really high-quality sources that your body can actually use effectively. So think things like lean meats, eggs, dairy products, and yeah, a protein shake can be a super convenient tool to help you hit that daily target.
Here's the thing. Your body can only use so much protein for muscle repair at any given time. That's why trying to cram all your protein into one giant meal is kind of wasteful. Spreading your intake out across, say, 3 to 6 smaller meals keeps your body in this constant state of repair and growth. It optimizes what scientists call muscle protein synthesis.
And what about total calories? We can keep this simple too. First, just go online and search for a TDEE calculator. It stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure. This will give you a good estimate of your daily maintenance calories. And from there, you just add about 500 calories if you want to gain muscle, or subtract 500 if you want to lose fat.
All right, so you're training smart and you're eating right. But here's the secret. Muscle isn't really built in the gym. It's built when you recover. So let's talk about the final and often most overlooked lifestyle factors that can make or break all your progress.
I know what you might be thinking right now. Cardio? Isn't that for losing weight? Why in the world would that be on a checklist for building muscle? It's a really common question, and honestly, the answer might surprise you. This quote frames it perfectly.
See, better cardiovascular health means better blood flow. Better blood flow helps clear out waste products from your muscles and deliver nutrients to them more efficiently. This improves your ability to recover, not just between workouts, but between your sets. It lets you train harder. In that sense, good cardio is literally like unlocking muscle growth you were just leaving on the table.
Now, this one is completely non-negotiable. Your body does the vast majority of its repairing and building while you are asleep. If you are consistently cutting your sleep short, you are directly and actively sabotaging your own efforts in the gym and in the kitchen. I absolutely love this quote. It's such a powerful gut check for anyone who finds themselves scrolling on their phone late at night. Just ask yourself, would you set an alarm to wake up early for this? If the answer's no, then it's probably not worth sacrificing the recovery that actually builds the muscle you're working so hard for.
So, we've covered training, we've covered nutrition, and we've covered lifestyle. We have all the pieces of the puzzle right here on the table. But there is one final ingredient that holds this entire thing together. And that final piece is patience. This is a marathon, not a sprint. You just have to accept that building a significant amount of muscle takes a lot of time. There are no shortcuts, there are no magic pills, and there are absolutely no quick fixes.
So here is the ultimate takeaway. If you consistently check off these boxes, smart training, proper fuel, and quality recovery, your success isn't just a possibility. It's not a maybe. It is an inevitability. It's guaranteed. The only question left is, are you ready to be consistent?